Join the team.
Okay. Let's do this! Hey team, it's the McGuire Review, and today we're going to take a look at Pathfinder 2E Ancestry Guide. This is from the Lost Omens, you'll see here. And in this book, what you're going to find is an expansion of Ancestries that are already out there, heritages, the backgrounds for your characters, as well as new ones. Now it says here that within this book, you'll be able to unlock 14 new Ancestries and versatile heritages with Lost Omens Ancestry Guide, as well as new character options for 14 previously introduced Ancestries and versatile heritages. All right, it says right down here, it is MSRP in the US for $34.99. Obviously, you can always get these things cheaper than that price, but the full MSRP is $34.99 in the book. Now, we're going to make this one a quick one. Bear will get us some overhead. I like this blue, kind of plain blue entry page here. It's kind of cool. You will also notice that we do have one of the adventure paths for the Ruins of Gauntlet right there. We're going to be taking a look at this book here very shortly as well. So I'll put that out there as a little bit of a teaser. Look forward to that video. Really cool, nice, awesome artwork right when we open the page here in the book. And that's one thing that Paizo does really well with their books. Just awesome artwork. Very, very high-end, awesome artwork all the way through the books. I would say it is done better than some of the other tabletop RPG systems. I'll just leave it at that. As far as how their books are designed and the artwork that's in their books, I've always been very, very impressed. All right, Chapter 1, Expanded Ancestries and Heritages. So these are going to be expansions to the ones that we already have that have been introduced. There is an overview that just kind of gives you the different ancestries that are going to be expanded in each one of those. Over here on the side, there's a nice little guide that is going to provide the different things we're going to see as we go through the book. So we've got the expanded, the new. There's Ancestral Gear that you're going to find in these as well. And that's another thing you'll find in a lot of these books that expand these, is there'll be gear and items that'll be new as well. So you'll want to pick these up sometimes, maybe for that new set of gear or component that you can use for crafting, outside of even just expanding or new ancestries that you might be interested in. Okay? So you're going to get each one of those there, and it is going to follow the same format as what you would find in the overall core rule book. So you're going to get the background for that ancestor, and then you're going to get the feats that are going to be specific to that ancestry or that heritage background. You're going to see all those feats that are going to be listed for it. Yeah, so it's going to follow a very, very similar approach. And we'll flick through here, and you'll see on the overhead cam what I'm seeing here and what that looks like for each one of these, all following the same structure and layout. Now, I love the Changeling. That is one that's already been introduced. So there's some additions to the Changeling. I'm really interested in that and some of the ancestral feats that have been added and built out on. This looks very cool. The Changeling is a really cool background where you're able to basically transform and change into different things, which is really neat. Okay, there was some other ones. The Dusk Walker was another one that I thought was very cool. That's an awesome ancestral background where it's all about you basically chancing death and frankly taking on death as a player. So that's a very interesting background as well. I love the weapon wielding with the gun here, and I'll show that one with the gun and the dagger. This one right here I think is a really cool look for the Dusk Walker. Very cool. Okay, now let's get into some of the new ones. So once you kind of get past the ones that have been introduced, they are going to have a page that is going to show, okay, everything go forward now is all of the new stuff. So here in Chapter 2, the new Ancestries, we've got an overview, any special rules. There's some flying special rules, riding. Okay, I'd be interested in the riding rules specifically because I do have a mount in one of my characters in Pathfinder. There's also some rules on tiny as well. So I like how they add some of the new kind of special stuff that modifies some of those rule sets that are already out. And then we've got all of the new ones that are going to be introduced here. So I will go through those since they're the new ones. We've got the Android. And another thing to know is some of these are rare. So they do mark that right with it. And you can see on the overhead cam that some of them are rare. Some of them are uncommon. Some of them are common. It looks like all of these are either rare or uncommon. So all of the new ones are either rare or uncommon. We got Android, and that's an interesting one. We're starting to see some things introduced, I think, in the Pathfinder world with not races, that they refer to these as ancestries, that are kind of from some other platforms. So when I saw Android, I thought, oh, that's kind of borrowed a little bit from the Starfinder, platform and world, and that's interesting to kind of bring into the Pathfinder side. We got the Android, a Forite, Beastkin, Fetchling, Fleshwarp, Ganzi, Geniekin, Kitsune. I'm very interested in the Kitsune, very interested in the Sprite. That's a rare ancestry, as well as the Strix, which is also a really cool one. Okay, so if we're going through those new ones, so awesome. You're getting the backgrounds, the alignment, all the languages, the traits. Oh, it's so cool. All right, get some awesome heritage background items, as well as all of the feats you're going to be able to pick up with that background. These are so cool. The Beastkin is really cool. You're basically a different type of, animal. This is so awesome. Change shape. Oh, this is so cool. Critter shape, quick change, animalistic, greater animal senses, animal magic, pack tactics, dire form, gift of the moon. This one is really cool. If you want to play basically a character that so a lot of times you're going to go with that druid if you want to get some of that shape shifting and changing into different types of beasts. But if you want to focus on just that raw shape shifting, even past the fact of being a changeling, and you're completely focused on different types of animals and beasts, this is where it is with the Beastkin. This is really, really cool. I'm loving that one. We've got the Fetchling. Looks pretty awesome. What types of things? Shadow bending, shrouded magic, shrouded, slink, clever shadow. Okay, so this is sculpt shadows. So basically this would be a killer rogue, the Fetchling, if you wanted to go that route. The Fleshwarp. Okay, lots of different mutations there that can happen with the Fleshwarp. I think the Ganzi is really cool as well. This is sort of by use of, looks like a lot of different water type effects. Skillful tail. Yeah, like water type things. The Geniekin is going to be more of like somewhat of a magical type background and heritage. Oh, this is so awesome. Okay, let's get to the... there's some other ones that are in here as well. It didn't list off all of them that were at the beginning there, because I'm seeing a lot of other ones. This Kitsune is really cool. Look at that. Looks kind of like the nine-tail sort of, Naruto kind of thing there, which is pretty awesome. That looks very cool in background. And the Kitsune was also in the Alien character deck as well. We took a look at that recently, so that was cool to see that there. The Kitsune's awesome. The Sprite is so cool. Look at the artwork on that Sprite. You'll be able to see it on the overhead cam as well. Look how cool that is with that artwork. I love that. That's awesome. Now, the Strix is an interesting one as well. This is a rare ancestry. And this one is going to be more like a bird-like form there, where you're getting kind of the bird humanoid type form. Everything looks sort of human except for looks like the feet is very bird-like, and then you've got the wings there. So that one's going to be an interesting mix of being able to have flight as well as having to have like feather fall, and they call it nestling fall here. We've got ferocious gust, being able to use those wings, wing step, fully flighted, so going to get some flight there with that type of ancestry. And then the last thing you're going to find here in the book is the Ancestral Gear. which is a number of new items. And we've got the whip claw. The whip claw, we're seeing more and more of those whip-type weapons now being introduced, which is pretty awesome. And then there is a table here that's going to go over some of these new weapons, both melee and ranged weapons. Going to give us all of our standard stat blocks there. Continuing to look at different types of ancestral runes. Nice, because in the... Oh, okay, that's it as far as what you're going to get there. So you're just getting 2 pages of new ancestral gear. But I'm very interested in these runes here because Silik and Bear is my character in Pathfinder 2e, Rise of the Rune Lords. And Silik is a master craftsman. So he's going to be taking advantage of some of these runes here. He can create them. He can socket them into or transfer or write them on different types of objects. We've got a conducting rune as well as a soaring rune. Ooh, nice. Okay. The wish knife. All right. Awesome. That's what we're going to find here in Lost Omens. There is, an index and a glossary to kind of end it. And I like to always take a look at this last page. They've got Beyond the Basics Advanced Player's Guide. So if you want to get the Advanced Player's Guide that's beyond your core rulebook, you can do that as well for some extra things specifically for the players. Okay, that's going to be our Lost Omens Ancestral Guide. If you are interested in getting some of these newer ancestry backgrounds as well as expanding upon some that have already been released, you're going to find that right here in this book, as well as a few extra gear that you can add into your campaigns as well. So nice little book to add on and kind of beef out all those ancestries that are going to be available for a high level of customization in Pathfinder 2e. So if you are interested in this, you can go check this out. It is already released. You can get your hands on this and look forward to the video that we're going to do on the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults. Runes of Gauntlet. Hit that like, click the subscribe below to join the team. Keep rolling them crits. This has been the McGuire Review. We'll see you next time.